1983, a Cabbage Patch Kids doll was a 16-inch doll, usually with a plastic head, a fabric body, and yarn hair. What made them so desirable were their uniqueness and their adoptability. It was claimed that every single Cabbage Patch doll was unique. There was none that looked exactly alike, which was so cool to people. Different head molds, eye shapes and colors, hairstyles, clothing options, and each Cabbage Patch Kids box came with a birth certificate. It made the dolls as individual as the kids who wanted to adopt them. And then on the left side of every single doll's butt cheek, you can find the signature of the inventor, and each year the color of the signature would change. But I love how it was on like their butt cheek. So let's get into some of the weird facts. Before they were called Cabbage Patch Kids, they were actually called the Little People. When the creator Xavier Roberts began handcrafting them in 1977, he referred to them as Little People. And his marketing plan was really interesting. He told gift shops and other stores that they could never sell these dolls. They had to call it adopting. He also corrected anyone who referred to them as dolls. He preferred to call them babies or kids. So his marketing plan was that these dolls were actually just literal babies that you could adopt. Something scary is that a lot of people got trampled trying to buy them. The 1983 holiday shopping season drove consumers into a frenzy. So people would literally line up outside of these doors selling a very limited quantity of Cabbage Patch Kids. And the second the doors would open, people would just fly in just like Black Friday. It says there was a stampede throughout the stores. People suffered broken bones. They were trampled. People were trying to bribe employees to get them a doll earlier than the store opened. It says there was a manager who had to get a baseball bat to scare the crowd away because people were trampling each other that much. There was a lot of hospital visits that Christmas. This next fact is so creepy. There was this one Cabbage Patch Kids doll model that had to be recalled because it ate a kid's hair. It ate a kid's hair. So they basically released these dolls called Snack Time Kids. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned these dolls on my channel at some point. But basically they were made to gobble fake French fries. But there were a bunch of cases where this mouth-moving mechanism would grab onto a kid's hair and continue to eat it. It says there was literally a 911 call for a child in Connecticut who was unable to free herself from the kid's mouth. So the company offered refunds, there was a bunch of dolls that were recalled, and kids were basically traumatized because you don't want to bring a doll home from a store and have it literally eat your hair.